gentlemen, here I have two Maison Alhambra fragrances that I've had the opportunity to test out, wear and review for you guys. One of them is the Serpent and the second of them is the Trail. I'm going to look at the price, the longevity and performance, the projection and sillage, and lastly I'm going to give you my final opinions and ratings of the two fragrances here. Let's not waste any more time and let's begin. So let's apply the Serpent here on my right arm and let's apply the Trail here on my left arm. These two you can find between 18 to 20 bucks online, and these are 100 ml eau de parfum bottles. So in terms of price, this is incredible value for money. By the way, the scent of the day is actually the Trail. But let's start with the Serpent. The Serpent is a clone of Gucci, the voice of the snake. This has the notes of saffron, oud and patchouli, and this is exactly what you get from the fragrance. This is woody, dark, dry, deep, a little spicy and has somewhat of a sweetness to it as well. The eau de corps used in the Serpent has a slightly sweet but mostly a dark, dense, woody and slightly earthy quality to it, and has some of a mysterious quality possibly coming from the added patchouli as well, that is also contributing to creating this eau de corps. And the fragrance overall has a slightly addictive quality, and in the air this smells super amazing as well. The saffron brings some slight sweetness to the fragrance as well, with some minor spiciness to it. Overall the notes might sound simple, but the fragrance is super well blended in my opinion, and based on the price I think the Serpent is super well made and smells very good in my opinion. I can already tell you right now that the Serpent was my favorite out of the two, but I think it's time to talk about the Trail. Let's spray the Trail here on my left arm and let's talk about this one. The Trail is a clone of Gucci and Midnight Stroll. The notes of the fragrance are incense, cake oil and cypress, and the first thing that my girlfriend said when she smelled this fragrance is that it smells like a spicy salami from a butcher, and unfortunately that is the only thing I get from this fragrance, especially in the first few hours of wearing. This has some sort of a spicy meat-like quality, almost smells vegetal and culinary. I didn't think I would ever say that about a fragrance, but that is mostly what I get on my skin from the Trail. After a few hours have passed by, this begins smelling way more incense heavy and more green from the cypress, but I still get a good whiff here and there from the culinary scent quality, which I think is really off-putting and certainly not something that I am the biggest fan of. But the fact is that this smells way better in the air when people are wearing it rather you smelling it on yourself. On my colleague who actually borrowed me these fragrances, the Trail on him smells more incense heavy. It doesn't smell as unpleasant as it does on my skin, but on my skin this smells very off-putting. But even though these two fragrances have their differences, there are some things that they do have in common, and that is a positive for both of them. And the thing that I'm talking about is the longevity and performance. The Serpent on my skin lasts 12 plus hours, whereas the Trail lasts between 8 and 10 hours. So both of these last for a very long time. So for 18 to 20 bucks, it's impressive how long these last for such a low price. And believe it or not, the success story continues when talking about the projection and sillage. The projection on both of these is insane from my personal experience, with a projection of between 3 to 5 meters plus. My colleagues said that they could smell the Serpent on me from possibly 10 meters away sometimes. And the story continues with the Trail, because this also has a projection between 3 to 5 meters plus, and this has a way better sillage than it has of wearing experience. So people might like the Sillage from far away that they might like from up close. So both of these fragrances have incredible projection and sillage. So gentlemen, I've mentioned everything important to know about the two fragrances here, and now it's time for my final opinions and ratings of two fragrances here: Maison Alhambra The Serpent and Maison Alhambra The Trail. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I prefer The Serpent over The Trail, and it's not even close. The Serpent is an astonishing value for money fragrance, while also being slightly similar to Louis Vuitton Ombre Nomade in terms of the scent profile, not in terms of quality, but in terms of projection, longevity, and overall the idea of a woody oud accord with some slight dark earthy patchouli and some sweetness and spiciness at the top. While Maison Alhambra The Trail smells more niche and might only appeal to a very small group of people, I certainly don't like wearing it. I don't like it at all, and it's not my cup of tea. But even though it's not my type of fragrance, my friend that loaned these bottles to me loves The Trail and can't get enough of it and wears it very frequently, and also gets a lot of longevity and projection from it. And in terms of men's improvement rating, it's miles away from one another. I have given Maison Alhambra The Serpent a 9.5 out of 10 men's improvement rating, which is super high, and I'm super surprised by how this fragrance wore, smells, and performed, while The Trail will get an unfortunate 6.5 out of 10 men's improvement rating. It's incredible how long this lasts and projects, but the scent profile on my skin, and in my opinion, is either low quality or simply said not something for me and not my cup of tea. Gentlemen, did you like this video of me comparing two Maison Alhambra fragrances? I don't typically talk about cheapies on the channel, but when I do, I really like to do it because they are more accessible and very cheap, so a lot of people can get their hands on them and try them. If you like this video, gentlemen, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the Men's Improvement YouTube channel for more videos about fragrances, grooming, style, fashion, skincare, fitness, watches, everything that will make you, gentlemen, the best possible versions of yourselves. The last few things that I want to ask you, gentlemen, to smile more because it's free, and I want you to watch these two videos right here. This one here below is going to be my latest upload, whereas this one up here is going to be a video that the YouTube algorithm thinks you will enjoy.